seems to me that nothing will ever be enough for the evil in this world. Our country has become unrecognizable. These people have perverted the truth to the point that they motivated the murder of my husband. They have continuously tried to assassinate the president, and anyone who stands in their way is labeled hateful, racist, fascist, and every other trigger word that is grossly dishonest. We want the best for our country. They don't.
This video by Erika Kirk, I think, was a bad idea. So following the events of the White House Correspondents' Dinner Saturday night, and when I say events, I mean that there was yet another would-be assassin who tried to take Trump's life, allegedly. Erika Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk and the CEO of Turning Point USA, is basically letting her thoughts on the entire situation be known. I don't know what she wanted to accomplish with this, okay? But she didn't hold back. I do think it's backfiring already, but I'm gonna let you decide for yourselves. Now, she really made a point to attack the media and make claims about how the media is to blame for assassination attempts against Trump. I think a better idea would be to call for, I don't know, the FBI to do a better job investigating the assassination attempts and give us some more clarity about what really motivated them. But nonetheless, she has been, attacked pretty relentlessly. She's been the butt of many jokes following both Charlie Kirk's assassination and the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And it has to do with a video of her being escorted out after the shooting took place. So this is what I'm talking about. I just want to go find. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why people were dunking on her for that. Her husband was just assassinated, killed, okay, in front of everybody. That is a traumatic, terrible thing to happen to anybody. And then after that, to be at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and a shooting breaks out, that is super traumatic. So I don't get it. Like, why are people attacking her for? I understand that, like, the way she behaves publicly is a little bit off-putting. It's a little strange. I get that. Whatever, it's fine. But there was nothing wrong with that video. She was just crying, okay? I mean, I would probably be crying too. I'd be terrified. But nonetheless, many people on X believe that her reaction was performative. That's a comment that she gets often. And many questioned why she was even there in the first place. So I don't know, she's obviously a political operative of some sort. And of course, she's gonna be invited to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Is anyone surprised by that? I mean, she was at Trump's, it wasn't really a State of the Union, but speech that he gave recently. She was honored and mentioned at that speech. So I'm not surprised that she was there. But Kirk was invited as a guest on Fox News, or she was invited to the White House Correspondents' Dinner as a guest of Fox News, I should say. And she addressed why she attended the event in the video she put out today. So let's take a look at that.
Everyone is asking why I even went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And it was because many of the journalists in that room have attempted to dehumanize me. And I wanted to meet some of them face to face, quite frankly. Why have a conversation about me when you can have a conversation with me? So, for example, a journalist from the Daily Mail came up to me. She introduced herself and she was very gracious. She was saying, "You look so beautiful. I'm so sorry for your loss." To which I replied, "It is so nice to put a name to the face, especially with all of the slander, the lies, accusations that are out there surrounding my husband's murder and myself."
Okay, I call BS on her reason for going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Girl, just be real. Just be real with everyone. I went because I was invited and I wanted to go. You didn't go to like, oh, I'm gonna hold reporters accountable. You just wanted to go. You wanted to go and you did, and that's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So like that, it's that kind of stuff that makes people think her behavior is more performative than anything. Just be real. People want authenticity. You wanted to go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. You were invited as a guest of Fox News. That's fine. But I will say her statement there made me want to look into or question, like, what did the Daily Mail report about her? We'll get to that in just a second. But before we do, the all black outfit, it obviously is evidence of her allowing people's commentary about her to get into her head. She's wearing a black hat, black outfit, because people were making fun of her sparkly outfits following Charlie Kirk's assassination. Just be you. And more importantly, videos like this don't help. They just don't. I mean, it's a hard lesson for people to learn, but when you're under attack, when people are coming after you aggressively, you think that responding to it and explaining yourself is going to somehow be a good defense. It's never a good defense. You know what it does? It just provides more content for people to comment on. And it sucks, right? Because she does get attacked and mocked a lot. And so I'm sure she wants her voice to be heard. And it's like the hardest thing in the world to just not feed into it. But I wouldn't feed into it. I just wouldn't put out a video like this. Anyway, so in regard to the Daily Mail, Alyssa, our producer, found this headline by Susan Green. So she's a US senior reporter for the Daily Mail. It's titled "The Definitive Truth About Erika Kirk's Tears, the Leather Pants, and Her New Fortune," as Candace Owens drops giggling phone call in wake of Charlie's death. So I listened to that. I saw a clip of Candace Owens talking about, it was a Zoom call that Erika Kirk did soon after Charlie Kirk was killed. During that Zoom call with other members of Turning Point USA, she seemed jovial, right? And she was talking about how much merch they sold, and people felt that it was in bad taste. And so I'm guessing that's what the piece was diving into. But Kirk really is not a fan of how the media is portraying her, which I get, but you can't feed into it because it's catnip. Okay, so this isn't going to help. So after explaining why she attended the event, she then went on to slam journalists who were there because they were reporting on what was happening. So let's take a look at that.
Room. You had no way of knowing what the status of the shooter was, how many there were, or honestly, really anything. It was just utter chaos. And so during an active shooting, these journalists are using their phones to find moments to capture for clips. They were so concerned about getting a video in a room with an active shooter that they could have accidentally and quite literally filmed themselves being shot. Many of those people have become so desensitized that fight or flight became secondary to the opportunity of putting themselves into the story, which ironically breaks the #1 rule of journalism.
Don't do this video, it's bad. It's not good. Okay, I will say, if you're a journalist who's there, and I'm hiding under a table, I 100% want to document what's going on. Now, here's the thing that I would nitpick about. No one wants to see my mug, okay? I'm not gonna take the phone and be like, oh, I'm gonna record myself as this is happening. No, I'm gonna record what's actually happening in the environment that I'm in case, maybe I'll catch something by filming that could be useful, that could be important to an investigation, that could be important to storytelling if you're a journalist. I think the reporters who turn the camera on themselves, it's okay, I mean, I want to see what's going on. I don't really want to see your face, but fine. The way that she's being all self-righteous and sanctimonious, that's the kind of stuff that makes people mock her. Don't put out videos like this. Just don't. It's not helping your cause. And the whole video was just about attack the media, attack the media, attack the media. I really wanted to go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner where all the media is at. Attack the media, attack the media. Okay, you hate the media. I get it. There was a ton of media that you love there, by the way. So the blanket statements about the media, I think you're very upset. Some people are attacking you in the media. I get it. But be precise, be specific. More importantly, just don't do this video. It's just a bad idea. And by the way, who am I to tell you what to do? If she does put a video out like this, she has to accept whatever comes next, which is more content that she's gonna hate. That's just the reality of the situation. I've had this conversation about my own life and my own context with Cenk like a million times. And it's the hardest thing to do to not take the bait, but don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Just don't do it. Anyway, I don't want to watch more of this. I got to be honest with you guys. So instead, I'm just going to fast forward to who I think this was actually about, and that's Candace Owens. Because Candace Owens, is doing her own investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination, and she is looking into Erika Kirk. And I don't know, I don't know what to make of that. I don't watch. I watched like a few episodes in the very beginning. And then she lost me. She started talking about a guy named Pierre. And I'm like, who's Pierre? I don't know. There's too much going on. So I just stopped, right? However, she does address Candace. Let's go to that video then. Let's watch one more video and then we'll go to Candace's response.
In this culture we're living in absorbs disagreement as a form of personal betrayal. It turns having an opposing viewpoint into a moral crime worthy of punishment. And here's what I've realized through all of this, truly, having lived through quite literal hell these past 7 months, if you strip someone of their humanity long enough, you will arrive at the chilling conclusion that they don't deserve to exist at all. Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on. There is a serious epidemic of dehumanization plaguing this country.
So Candace Owens has responded. She says, very uncomfortable to watch, painful prompt to read, a speech clearly written by someone else, objectively terrible. So they will now pay for people to tell us otherwise. Also, of everything I've said about Erika, she chooses to respond to something I never said. They always lie. So I can't fact check that because I don't watch her show religiously, and I don't know whether or not she has said that Erika Kirk killed him. I know that she's, doing her own investigation, and she has people within Turning Point USA who are leaking things to her. But I would just say, I don't know how to feel about this because part of me feels really bad for Erika Kirk, but I also think that she's not helping herself by putting out videos like this. And the worst thing about fame or being a public figure is fame and being a public figure. It sucks. It's actually one of the worst things in the world because you're going to be attacked unfairly constantly. Sometimes you're attacked fairly, sometimes incredibly unfairly. And you don't feel like you are able to defend yourself because every time you attempt to do that, you just make it worse and you dig yourself into a deeper hole. And that's what I would just say to her because I can tell it's really like taking a toll on her. And yeah, she comes across as inauthentic and that's why people mock her. The final thing I'll say is we have to protect speech, including the speech and expression of comedians. And yes, comedians have been mocking her. Some might find it incredibly cruel, in poor taste, whatever you might think about it. You don't have to like it, but it's important to protect someone's right to do it. Like we live in America, that's what they do. People are gonna mock you, comedians are gonna make fun of you. And I'd rather live under a system like that than to silence people or tell comedians what they can and can't make jokes about, so.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.